this cushion's so nice. Yeah, that was a great idea, Oscar.
Yeah. More cushion for my cushions.
Put more cushion for your cushions.
Yep.
Not more cushion for the pushing.
I don't need any more pushing down there.
Don't push too hard. That's how you get hemorrhoids.
See a doctor. Eat some more fiber.
Can we put a little disclaimer? It's just like, this is not medically used for hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Don't try this at
Yeah. Consult your doctor.
Doctors hate us.
Try Lizzo. That's a South Park.
It's a South Park bit.
It's like, as a cushion?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's doing good.
She is doing good. Yeah, she's lost some weight. She took control of her body, which is nice.
She was doing good before. She's doing better now.
Yep.
Right.
Her music's great. I love Lizzo, by
Progress.
the way. Her music is amazing, and that's all I wanted from her is this music. But
that's what I told her anyway.
Yeah, because she's also from Minnesota, so we're all connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna get her on the podcast. That's a promise.
All right, you set that up, man.
He's our networking guy.
Yeah.
That, man.
I know all the people.
All the people. I mean, you are the networking guy. Let's not lie. You can get anybody. You can wrangle people. You just put like a avocado toast on there, and some girl's just gonna come by and it's like,
well, it's the fish hook that does the real job.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I don't want a scar. I'll follow. Okay.
I'll follow. I got caught by this once. So I'm not gonna happen again.
I stopped using candy.
They stopped following after a few and everything. So you had like a mouse trap and that little thing catch people. It's like, you're going to be on a podcast.
Mm-hmm. I just use a really tiny net.
A tiny net. Oh no. Wee.
Yeah, that's fun.
Is that a Kung Pao reference?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a Lost reference.
No, it wasn't.
Or a Babylon 5
No.
reference.
Yeah.
So
But they're coming. Don't worry. Well, they're
Sometimes I'll miss a Kung Pao reference though, because it depends on what it is.
Sure.
Like it's either like South Park, Kung Pao, The Simpsons, or what's
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And his family.
I've only seen Kung Pao once, but that part stuck
enough.
with me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's enough.
I was laughing my head
I
off.
laughed so hard.
They talked about doing a second one, but they never have. Yeah. That's okay.
Shame.
It's classic.
I don't want to call it a one-hit wonder because obviously like there were no other opportunities to try to make a hit. Like
Right.
I don't think he made any other ones.
No, it was just that one.
In a way, I'm kind of glad that it stands alone because and it's so unique.
Yeah.
And
speaking a little bit of our topic today, as we, the Bards and Balladeers, come at you again, we are doing inner monologue today. And that movie itself has a great inner monologue where he's training to figure out how to take off those little pyramids. It's like, if I jump in like a freak, they'll leave my small sensitive balls open to attack. It's just, and it's all inner monologue, right?
Yeah.
So, but with that, I am Rio. This is Kate, and we have Oscar here again. Bards and Balladeers coming at you with informational tidbits of things to help you through your day. So hopefully if you're listening to us at work, we're filling that up for you. So
are we an advice column?
We can be. We give a lot of good advice. Are you kidding me?
That's true.
I
Story.
have had people tell me like that our content has changed how they think about things, how they do things. I
can't be silly about this anymore.
And we just had that episode drop with Brooke. By now we have not.
Yes.
Yeah.
But where she mentioned that she now writes with like music that's appropriate to what she's trying to do. And that was because of listening to us. But also I had someone talk about our meaning in stories episode and how that was really impactful at the right time. So
nice.
Cool. Yeah. So if we are helping you out there, I mean, that touches my heart. I mean, I hope that we can, I want to hear about it though. Talk to us, like come at us and tell us what you're thinking. Tell us that we're wrong. I don't care. Like we can talk about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's have a nice discussion, guys.
Right. And I think a good place that we'll be able to do that in the future is our Discord. And so look out for that.
Doesn't even have to be the future. It's happening now.
Sorry. Yeah. Right now.
Yeah.
The future is now.
Go find our server. Hit us up in there. We'll be doing some communication in there. We don't exactly know how right now.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We're going to figure it out as
little by little. Yeah.
So you'll be our
step by step.
Day by day, let's start over different every way.
Response there.
I'm gonna snip that part.
I'm a squeaker box.
Yeah, we actually sing all the time, and Mario cuts it all out.
Yeah, I don't want to get sued.
Oh, that's fair.
Don't you mean The Shining?
Do you want to be sued?
Yeah, the Shining boy.
Yeah, I constantly have songs in my head.
Just there, yeah, I'm sure.
No, I was trying to think of, did I know the show or do I know somebody singing that song and that's why I know the song?
I think you know the show. So wasn't that Step by Step?
Yeah.
I don't know the show.
Andy used to sing it at work all the time. So I literally think I just know it because of him singing it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Step by Step, the show. Step by Step.
Speaking of listening to music while we work,
Sibby, don't.
That if I'm writing like an email or working on books, working on some kind of like writing something out, I cannot listen to music with words in it.
Sure.
Because it works as like a dissonance. Like my brain is trying to capture what the words are in the song while also trying to think of the words that are coming out of, this is me typing.
Or playing piano.
Or playing piano. But so
these are set up the same.
They are basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually think I type on my work
A, B,
keyboard
C, D,
like
E,
I play the piano. And I learned that apparently there are different types of musics that work better for people who are trying to work. I learned this from Classical FM. They said, I think it's contrapuntal music. I had an experience the other day where somebody at work that sits very close to me actually cannot, is the opposite. So they cannot form like emails or write if they have music that's wordless. They actually need the words to be in there. Yeah. And it was a moment of like, well, I needed to be this way. You need to be that way. What are we going to do?
Fight to death.
Yeah. We
Death
found a way to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just fascinating.
With instruments.
I would win.
Shivved with a piccolo.
Not again.
But I'm curious to know, like, do you guys have any preference? Like, is there any kind of, we've kind of talked about music before, but now I almost want to know, like, when you're writing, do you need a certain kind of like ambience to be able to function?
It sure helps. I have noticed if I'm at work and I'm trying to remember something and type something, often the words I'm trying to remember will come out and in the typing, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop trying to do both at once.
Yeah,
just need to usually I just need to leave that email for later and just try to remember everything I'm trying to remember. And it's whether or not it's work related, it's almost always more important than my work email.
Sure.
It's not an email heavy job usually.
No, you're a number cruncher mostly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even have to crunch them that much.
Oh, sure. Well, I meant like data entry.
Yeah, I'm a data monkey.
Data monkey, yeah.
Not a code
monkey. Yep.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, and a lot of times too, it's just I love listening to any like music while I work and everything, but usually it's just when I'm processing stuff. I'm also a data monkey. But I'm more of a data orangutan. But I can't listen to words while I'm writing emails because I'll start typing and I will type those words. Like what I hear, I will type it. So I'm like, no, I have to listen just strictly just no music. And to be honest, like I was listening to like white noise and everything one time, and I do it once in a while because sometimes it's just that droning. Like, you know, you ever get those like ideas in the shower and like, it's just because of the sound of the shower, right? You know, it's like they've done research of this stuff where it's just like, it's
like ideas about peeing,
mostly peeing. Yeah.
Sound
it's
of the water.
Yeah.
I always thought it was because of the like starkness of the shower. There's nothing in there to like distract
focus
you.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. Or focus on.
Or that the shower itself is so boring that you want to focus on anything else.
Right. Or your mind wanders, because that's what they do. Like in Lego, in their development centers, they have rooms that are just white. They're just strictly white because when your mind doesn't have anything to focus on, you start going places like, you know, and then you start getting more creative because you have the stark white room. And
this room is white. It's not working.
So there's something to be said about, and I think white noise does the same thing. Like for me, you know, sometimes I just listen to it because I have this whole playlists of non-lyrical music. And it's great. But the problem is like, I'll start hearing that same song once in a while. And then I'll think about when I heard it last, I'll be like, oh, I've heard this again. So I need something with white noise. It's just like, it's always.
I thought white noise was just Kenny G. Sorry.
It's funny.
Poor Kenny G.
After your event a few weeks ago,
what did I put in here? All right. Alcohol.
Harbor? I don't know.
Yeah, sailing around the harbor.
And so I was like, I just want to listen to port sound because I love the sound of ocean water, like lapping against the, the pier or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is what I need right now. And I learned so much that day. Those words are dedicated to Oscar now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets a royalty now, like what, 10%?
Oh, man.
Yeah, you actually asked about music and I answered with, email and thoughts. And like, oh, I can answer questions.
Is email and thoughts like the business thoughts and prayers?
Emails and teams. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Emails and teams. Heart.
Emails and water cooler talk. I don't know.
Yeah. The worldwide water cooler.
I'm trying to think of like out of office, like response.
OOMs.
Oh, wow.
Or.
Ooze.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh no. Here come the furries.
Here.
But like, no, music. I can't do music with words while I'm writing.
Yeah.
I can do, if there's the occasional phrase like happens in some weird ambient and techno stuff, that's fine. But
the system is down.
The system is down.
Nice. Oh, you do know the Homestar Runner. Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah. But no, like I do ambient stuff or like soundtracks or whatever. Port Royal 2, there's a playlist of video game soundtracks I write to frequently. There's Port Royals 1 and 2, like the intro themes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wish they had a sound file of just the ambient sounds that the game Port Royal 2 makes. But they're all in order, so it'll play them in order instead of like as they happen.
Sure.
Because I could, if I had two separate devices to do that, I would just have that on. And
sure.
Right. And it would be great. But I often something more active for the action scenes and something more passive for the more trekking through the wilderness stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, it's all got to be wordless for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise it just interferes. And I can't do like anything I have to actively listen, like podcasts or anything like that. Not while I'm writing.
Right.
Yeah. Who listens to podcasts?
No, jeez. That's at the low of the low. Like people who make podcasts. Yeah.
Find something creative to do.
Yeah.
Guys.
Find a real job, podcasters.
Yeah. Well, wait, we all have real jobs.
We do.
Cool.
I don't know if it's a real job. It's just a job that gives me money. Yeah. I just made you all sad.
No.
This is my problem.
Does Data Orangutan pay better than Data Monkey?
I'm sure we're a greater ape. So yeah.
You say grape? No.
I was gonna say this is a problem with like I think a lot of people who have this like ADHD mind or like I hate giving us our spicy language for our brain conditions or whatever, but it's one of those things that there's inner monologue is just when like when you don't take care of it, it's just intrusive thoughts. And then when you let those intrusive thoughts come out or you actually act upon them, it's just these things that like are constantly going in your brain. And like, for me, it's like, they never stop. I think it's one reason why we are decent podcasters is because we can sift through all of that and then immediately come up with a response to some of the things we're saying. Cause I know you right now, you're looking at me and I know you're thinking of something.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about active listening. Oh, wait. Ugh. What did he say?
Continue the conversation, right?
Yeah,
we're decent speakers. Yeah. We can think about stuff and like, because we want to build this entirety of whatever we're talking about.
It should be okay to tell everyone about how he helped my butt stop hurting in these chairs. I won't say how though. That'll be our little secret.
It really is, right?
Every so often I'm thinking about how much my butt hurts in these chairs.
Yeah.
Thanks for alleviating that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I won't say how. But that was nice. Thank you.
Oscar, your ass is grass. Jesus.
Gosh.
But yeah, no, we usually have stuff going on upstairs here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know a lot of people, if you ask people like what they're thinking at any given time, the amount of people that say nothing floors me.
Yeah.
Because if you really drill down on it, people are almost always thinking something. A good yogi will tell you, if you are thinking nothing for 17 seconds in a row, you will have a spiritual experience.
17 seconds? That's for amateurs.
That's
kind of cool.
That's meditation. So I'm sorry, y'all are lying when you say you're not thinking anything.
You just have nothing interesting to say. That's the difference.
Or choosing not to say anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they're having those intrusive thoughts that like, gotta wonder what this whipped cream would taste like in a part somewhere it shouldn't be.
What? Do you...
Okay. Yeah. Intrusive thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. People don't want to say what they're actually thinking because it's going to make people, it's going to have that reaction.
Yeah.
That is the reaction people are going to have.
I genuinely didn't actually know what you said for half of it.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to repeat it.
Well, it's there for posterity.
Yeah.
Until I edited it out.
One thing
that's not getting edited out.
That's funny. Like with you and me is like, I know when you're thinking something, right? That
Damn it.
like he just has a tell, right?
You don't know me. I'm the greatest liar ever.
He's the worst liar ever. A what?
Smirk.
A smirk. Yeah.
Which is funny because like I can do it to everyone else. Well, like, cause we have a friend, Amanda, you always give me shit about this, but like, it's like, I can't tell when you're telling the truth and you're just lying because you keep a straight face and everything. But I think you must see it enough where it's just like, you can see like a twitch or something like, you know,
It's like he lies so much. I can always tell.
Yeah.
No, it's because he's stop it. It's because he's a Loki. He's a little trickster.
Yeah.
And so I know when he's up to something, but I'll also like, I'll be talking and like you get quiet, you stare off and I'm like, so what are you thinking about?
Yeah.
And so I know. And I don't,
what I'm thinking, half the time I don't even know what I'm thinking.
Going and thinking and being human. We're doing what humans do. And quite honestly, I just want to know what you're thinking about. Just curiosity. Like you're thinking about it. You might as well just externalize it because then we could go through it together. I don't know.
Sure. Let's have a conversation or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here. You can talk to me about it.
Yeah.
But sorry. But I think that's kind of the fun part about inner monologues, like in story, is because like it's showing almost like a character trait of a character like being stuck in their own heads. And
I wonder how my Bitcoin's doing.
Is he playing Tetris?
if they're a highly like external character, then they probably won't stay to their inner monologue because they're not capable of having an inner monologue, because we know people like that too, right? But I do think that it can be used very well with certain characters who are quieter. Like Koya, I think is a really good example of one. She doesn't say a lot. When she does, it packs a mean punch.
Well, and she has a long history too of not having anyone to talk to.
That's right.
So those thoughts, when they become words, have to go somewhere so they can be internalized. Often you find the people who don't have much of an internal monologue, it's because they have an external dialogue. So they don't have to like actually think about their thoughts. They just say them, bounce them off other people. But yeah, characters that are a little bit more kept to themselves have more of a tendency to have an inner monologue, or characters that are more self-aware. Because a lot of the time people have thoughts, but they're not noticing their thoughts. They're not putting words to them. And so they're just kind of nebulous, more like, feelings or something like that. Sensations, perceptions.
Right.
But yeah, you put the act of putting words to them. I think it's even useful to have characters where some of them have like longer inner monologues where they're just a bit more in their head. They think in words a lot more. And then others where it's a phrase here and there, like a little, inner commentary on what's going on or what people are doing.
I do think sometimes too, like with people who are more prone to do inner monologues or are just more thoughtful people, because there are people who just don't have that inner monologue, at least to the extent where it's just like they react to the world as it comes to them. And that, like you said, that shows character traits, right? The way that a person, their deepest thoughts come in says more about them sometimes than how they act, or even despite like, man, I really hate this person and everything, but it's like, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? Like, it's like one of those things where they shows like, I will go past the things I really feel to do the right thing, yeah. Well, sure. Yeah.
Code switching, whatnot.
Code switching.
Yeah. Well, just like you're in different groups of people, you act a different way, even if it's still authentic. It's like you're accessing a different communal language.
Nerd.
Damn it. I'd hope they knew more about this than me. Do I have to do everything? More, with certain higher education principles like intersectionality, but also just different ethnicities, like
sure. Yeah.
Often because a lot of the time minorities feel like they have to do that more.
Yeah.
So they come up with a term for it.
Yeah. Like where they had to be more Americanized or anything to make, like if they work somewhere, they have to make the customer feel comfortable. So they'll be like, try to speak a little better English or whatever that they have. Like there's one comedian, he was on Reno 911. I don't know if have you seen this?
I have not seen it.
Okay. But he did a little stand-up thing where it's like, yeah, when I was growing up, my name was Carlos Rodriguez or whatever, but I grew up here. I have a normal accent and everything. But as soon as I got to college, I was Carlos. Yeah, give me some of that money, man. Like, it's just one of those things where and we joke about this too, is that we're kind of chameleons, parrots, because we can shift between those different things. And like, we can almost, we want people to feel comfortable around us. Like we both grew up kind of like being the pleasers of our family. And so it was easy for us to like, not get rid of who we are, but like just change it a bit, just to make people, whether or not that's
accessible.
Yeah. And whether or not that's good or bad, that can be argued. But, I think it was easy for me. Like I wanted to see people happy, I wanted, and at the expense of self, I don't know.
Right. And as humans too, I think we want to be like included in whatever group is around us too. So I think the pleaser thing is a mixed bag. It's not all just like trying to keep one person happy. Can be good and bad, right? It's funny. I brought up the soliloquy like example of inner monologues like in Shakespeare. But I don't have an example of one, but it's just that
we all need to read more. Then now is the summer of our sweet discontent, or that Richard III speech at the beginning. That's about as much as I can remember, but I believe it's a soliloquy.
Sure.
The beginning of Richard III, near the beginning.
Nerd.
Also, those are usually spoken in Shakespeare as an aside to the audience, like a fourth wall break, which I mean, they're always to the audience. Like film, it's just that it's like the characters' lips aren't moving or whatever because it's added in later. But with plays, you can't do that.
Right. It's that intimate moment. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Between,
Oh no, it's down. My Bitcoin. Oh wait, no, it's up. Oh no, it's down. Oh, it's fine.
Like nobody else.
Yeah, it's like a surgical procedure to just access that information for one person only, and that's the reader.
Yeah.
They use it a lot. Like I use it a lot in my own work. I like works that use it to some degree. I don't know how often you guys see it or how you see it portrayed. I used to use italics.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's, and then without quotes and then they thought or whatever,
Yeah. When I'm reading it out loud, it's difficult because there's no, they thought, it's just in italics.
Oh, sure.
But when I'm reading it out loud, I can't say in italics, so I just add things like italics. She thought, or, whatever.
Just put your,
and then she was thinking, I thought he looks really nice and I want to hit him in the head.
I don't know, like that's.
I will say,
that'd be really inaudible.
Daisy Ridley would make a really good Avalee. The first person point of view, I've done it once and I will be doing it again for a side, like a spin-off story, a continuation of one that I've already written. And I won't lie, it's not my favorite perspective to write in.
Is it
the journal?
Oh, okay.
The Vassals of the Greater Wilds. And as much as I love writing that one, just because of the character that's writing it, I think I feel so powerless. Like as a fantasy writer, as a science fantasy writer, you can do so much world building from, that third person, whatever type of third person you can write from. that halfway through, Valkis or multiple times, I was like, I want to write this from third person. Like I want to be able to do that, but it just wasn't right for that story. And it was such a difficult place to be in.
I mean, you did a great job.
Well, thank you.
I know I keep saying that, but
it was fun. It was one, cause I love that character and she's just such a fun character to explore and have her explore. I should have brought this up more in the last episode because she's exploring more of that world that she knows nothing about. And we're discovering it through her eyes, the eyes of a researcher.
Right. And only through her journaling. Like, there's not like, and then she walked 5 miles and like, there's no narration. It's just like, cause there's a part where it's like, everything's fine. And then the next entry is like, everything went to shit.
Yes.
It was, and it's kind of fun because you're like, what happened? Like, and then you have to wait for her to kind of explain and kind of go through that. And it's kind of cool. I like it. I like as a device, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess just because like, will I write another one in first person perspective? I won't completely count it out. I won't plan to write anything from the first person, although I do hear that certain genres thrive in that. Have you guys heard that at all?
I have, but I don't remember. Is it like romance or something?
And
I think so.
Crime.
And yes.
Crime
yes.
Yeah.
Thriller. Yeah.
Well, I think part of that, how people say a lot of fantasy is just sort of derivative of Tolkien.
Sure.
Like, where like it's not all that way, but where certain ways of doing things are just kind of doing how Tolkien did things.
Sure.
I think the same is true in mystery with Arthur Conan Doyle.
Okay.
Where Sherlock Holmes is written first person from Watson's standpoint.
Oh,
and
really? I should read more. Okay.
Not necessarily from the standpoint of someone else, but from first person standpoint.
Sure.
I have a question. That do you think that the noir genre came from that?
I'm not super familiar with the noir genre.
Okay.
It's like it was a rainy afternoon. Dame walked into my office. I could tell she was trouble. Like, that.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like they're somehow like inspired by, the noir is inspired by that, like taking it on a more edgier vibe.
Sure.
Yeah. And I haven't read Lovecraft, who was, I think, more a contemporary of that time. And that's more horror.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I don't know how he wrote, if that was first person or not. But yeah, I feel like it definitely caught on in those times, but I feel like there's a good chance. I mean, and again, it's hard to say because like first person is a really broad umbrella. Third person's a really broad umbrella.
Sure.
That's true.
So are they really borrowing from someone or this is just how they want to write?
Right.
I couldn't say, but I feel like with mystery, just a lot of the time you can track it back to that.
Sure.
I can't say for sure because I'm not qualified enough to say that.
Not yet. We're getting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also wonder if like inner monologue, I don't even know if I can put this in the same boat as inner monologue, but the idea that like psychosis through like when people are actually having conversations with themselves, but they think it's another person.
That's inner dialogue.
Is it?
I'm just calling it that right now.
Sure. Because like there's a game, and again, this is spoiler heavy, called Dead Space. Wonderful horror game. It's very mystery. It's very first person,
Is this a video game?
Video game.
Sorry. Okay. It's a video game, PlayStation. And you're going through this mechanic who is going through a ship and trying to learn what happened to the ship. And it's very aliens-esque, like a xenomorph kind of thing, but it's got these creatures which are like I don't want to say reanimated, but
Dead Space. I really like that game. It's kind of creepy, but I mean, just really fun. At the same time, really creepy. A lot of blood. And in space. Oh my God, he's going to spoil the story. No, don't. Don't be a jerk.
Like,
don't say it.
No?
I mean, you can't spoil it. Okay. Well, okay.
We can spoil what we want to.
Spoilers.
So
hang on.
Yeah. No, you listen.
Damn it. Why did I join this podcast?
Yeah. To cover your ears.
They have everything spoiled for me.
Yeah, right. But it's just because they do it so wonderfully and everything.
You have to say what, if you're going to say it, you say it.
Yeah. His girlfriend that he's been trying to find the whole time, and finally finds her, is actually dead already. But he's talking to her. It's also
jerk.
A little bit of some of the marker that's causing this to happen. So it's giving him the information of his girlfriend. Yeah. So you didn't know that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's still
spoilers. And
I wondered how the delay happens. Like, how is he getting it?
He's getting it from the marker. And anyways, so the marker is this like ancient alien artifact that's like thing that's transforming these people. And it's also like causing him to like see and react. So the psychosis is him thinking she's still alive and talking to him and like doing things in spite of her. And then at the end of the game, like you escape with her, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm so glad we got out there." And he turns to her, and all of a sudden she's one of the aliens and everything, and it cuts. Like it's just it's a great ending. Like,
back to endings.
Yeah, back to endings. Yeah,
the abruptness ending kind of thing.
So I think that's kind of like inner monologue, because if like when somebody has like the Holy Spirit talking to them or something like that, like it's a dialogue between the two people, but it's like not a real dialogue because it's yourself. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's kind of
like the all the classic portrayals of the good angel and the bad angel.
Sure.
This should be your show, dude. And then you're talking to both of them. So no, wait, they're our friends. You carry the thing on your shoulders every week. For God's sake, just take over. I don't even know how to work the mic.
Intermission. I don't know.
The stuff I've seen it most often in is stuff like the Dune movies, but not even the new ones. Yeah, and I actually really appreciated it. I was fine with it. It was a useful tool of exposition, so that's part of the function. There is like, Dune, Arrakis, desert planet, whatever. It's sort of like explaining, the Kwisatz Haderach, the super being. It's like, well, he knows what it means, but he's like, now we know what it means because we heard his inner monologue. But they do use it a lot in that. I think some people are bugged by that, but I was like, this is really helpful because the newer films, I sort of felt like those were made for people who already knew the story, because there's a lot that's confusing if you don't. I think so.
I'm not mad.
No idea what was going on.
I'm just disappointed.
No clue. Visually, it was stunning, but by the end of honestly, if I didn't kind of know what was already going on through Rob, his brother, and then I knew I could ask questions to him afterwards, I would not have been like, I am not the demographic for this movie. I either don't know enough or it's poorly made. And I don't think it's poorly made. I just think that there's a lot of space and vastness that's put to the remakes that
I must not cough. Cough is the sound killer.
But I think there
are storytelling gaps.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a lot better, honestly.
Like not in content, but in terms of like, what is this that they're referring to? What does this mean?
Okay.
And the 1984 version, I feel like, in spite of the fact that it's less accurate, filled all that stuff in. And it wasn't really confusing.
And I think, one more thing about the remakes too, is that sometimes you do, and this is what I made myself do, like, actually, when we went to see the second one, I think I was stuck in my own inner monologue for the entire thing. Because you asked me about, like, what'd you think of this part? And I didn't remember any of it. But you just
like, I have to pee.
This is funny music. There's an app for that, by the way.
Yes.
IP?
No, it's Run Pee. Oh. It tells you the perfect spot to go to the bathroom in a movie when there's like a lull.
It's very helpful.
I had to do that in the first Dune movie, but I knew the story, so I knew this is just going to be the worm thing.
Sure. And I think that sometimes when you're watching a movie like that, that's such a big universe that you almost just have to go along with it and hope that by the end of the movie you have some sense of like what happened. And I didn't reach that with the Dune movies, attention more, and got out of
she was flat.
And actually, like I said, paid attention. But
I wonder if that's the fault. I should say fault, but the difficulty of taking a book to a movie and everything, because in a lot of the movies, when we have descriptions and all this stuff, it's easier to be immersed in that, and we have those other inner monologues, or just like, she was a beautiful.
Oh, not the whole argument again about how hard it is to adapt a book to movies.
is
God forbid taking a book, adapting it to a movie. Come on, when you get to use cameras and microphones and actors and facial expressions and all that, you can shorten that stuff up just fine. Lord of the Rings was unsuccessful. Live with it.
But to your comment, the 1984 version of it was better for that aspect because it helped people who had no idea fall in. But then again,
and what you don't understand is in the first age of Middle Earth, when Fingolfin wounded Melkor, or Morgoth, as you guys want to call him, several times.
If you just kind of know sci-fi, you kind of like, you know,
right. You can kind of go along with it.
Yeah.
And again, hope for the best by the end.
Right.
And then it's a part 2.
That's the worst. Where they say we're gonna watch the movie, and then like the credits roll and it says part 1. I'm like,
I'm not.
There's no such thing as second breakfast, and no one ever kicked a helmet. He wasn't even at that spot.
Make beautiful movies.
Yes,
you do.
Yeah, I could tell by the pacing. Like, there's no way this is the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh. Well, they did right at the beginning though. It said part 1.
Yeah, that's what I remembered like that. I knew that.
Yeah.
So I guess if you'd been paying more attention to it right at the beginning,
that's right.
And apparently the way you become the one in charge of Gondor is to beat up the guy currently in charge of Gondor, while all the guards stand around doing nothing because they weren't assigned any lines for the film, or else you'd have to pay them.
Biggest and best inner monologues I enjoy the most is breaking the fourth wall. Like that's always a fun thing that they do, I think, well. And actually, speaking for my own stuff, I'm kind of doing a little bit of that in another project I'm doing here sometime in the future. And the idea when characters know or directly interact with the audience, you know, and it's outside of what's happening in the story. None of the characters in the story know that a character is talking.
Please don't let Rio mention Marvel again. Please don't mention Marvel again. Please, I'm begging you, don't mention Marvel again.
If it's Deadpool's a great example of that.
Son of a bitch.
Like they'll talk about things like the Deadpool make fun of the director, or when Deadpool calls Josh Brolin, who's playing Cable from the Marvel's universe, Thanos. Yeah. Which is the other character he played in the Marvels. Did you know it's Rio show? I'm on the Rio show. Get ready for the Rio show. I'm on the Rio show. These guys are my show. What are you going to do on Rio show?
I think fourth wall breaks are seen a lot more in comedy.
Yeah.
Film anyway, in comedy. Like Spaceballs, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, any Mel Brooks film really. Ferris Bueller's Day Off does that a lot.
It's actually used in Enola Holmes, which I just watched recently because my mom recommended it. And actually multiple people have recommended it. It wasn't until my mom told me to that I was like, fine, I'll watch it. And it was actually quite good. And I think at first, the breaking of the fourth wall I thought it was a little much at first. And I thought it was like overly dramatic, like very intense, like her just staring at the camera, you know, and giving advice on, you know, why she's doing this particular thing with her investigation. But by the end, it was so consistent, and it was, I think, kind of well done because she's a kid. She's like 16 or something who, you know, every kid has their own entire world going on inside of their head, even us as adults. Right. And this one isn't necessarily a comedy. She's Sherlock Holmes' little sister. And that's it's like the spinoff. I don't believe she was ever written in the original.
So many spinoffs of Sherlock Holmes.
I'm sure.
There's a whole Sherlock Holmes shelf, I think, at Dreamhaven Books.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
I believe it.
Where it's not all Sherlock Holmes. Most of it's like adjacent spinoffs, fanfic kind of turned into official books.
So I think it's a play on, you know, Watson's, you know, telling of the stories. And so she's telling her own. But that's one that it's not necessarily comedy, but I think is kind of well done. Fourth wall breaking.
Speaking of Sherlock Holmes, almost to the same extent, was the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, where it was his inner monologue. It's like, if I give him a right thrust to the stomach, and then I pull his arm over his, you know, and it's just him going through. Disorientate. Yeah.
Was that inner monologue? I thought that was all just visually portrayed.
No. He would think about what he was going to do before he did it, and then he would act it out and everything. He was like saying, "This is what I need to do." Yeah,
I guess I didn't remember that there was anything verbal about it. I remember him thinking about it, but I thought that was all visualized or something.
He said a few things.
Internally said, I thought.
Yeah, it is all inner monologue. And it's like, if I because he was like describes like I just need to punch him here. I need to put him off balance here, and if I push the pool cue into him, then he'll fall backwards on that. And then he would initiate it. It's almost like stacking your turns in something, you know. And but what was really cool in the second one, they did that, and then Moriarty, which is his nemesis, right?
Yeah.
That's the Moriarty. He was like. Robert Downey Jr. would do his thing, or Sherlock Holmes would do his thing. He's like, oh, if I do this, I do this. And then he would start acting it. But then Moriarty is like, but when he goes for this, I will counter with this. And he would have like, they're both like out thinking each other. And it was a really cool like thing. Like that's the best thing that came out of those films was that part. And I thought it was really neat.
Right.
And kind of a cool. Yeah.
Battle chest. Yeah. I think a lot of the time people use inner monologues to show hidden agendas, inauthenticity, snide remarks. Like there's a next generation episode where they're like, it's I think it's final season where like Picard and Beverly Crusher, they're like temporarily telepathically linked. And so
do you think the government would do tests on us if they knew?
How would they know?
They have psychic goats.
Psychic goats?
Yeah.
No, I'm not being unreasonable. And she's like, I didn't say you were. There's a big difference between thinking something and saying it. Making that point.
I'm trying to remember that episode.
They think I can't hear everything they're thinking. It's pretty good. You know, and it's clearly a character building device. Yeah. Like there's a lot in Next Generation that's that way where it's just, you know, hey, let's do this. And this will create this kind of situation, but it's kind of clearly contrived and in a way where you're like, okay. You know, like this is what the show is doing. It's fine. Yeah. It's not pretending to be something different than it is, you know?
Yeah.
But you see a lot of it with people being inauthentic. Like I see it a lot in Dead Like Me as a show that lasted 2 seasons.
Yeah. Pretty good show.
Yeah. And the main character, it's like always an inner monologue. And she's like 18, 19 years old. So like you said, like younger kids or teenagers, those who are very private and who feel isolated or in their own little world, it's like they're almost comforting themselves with inner monologue and feeling like
they say your entire life flashes in front of your eyes the moment before you die. That might be true if you're terminally ill or your parachute doesn't open, but if death sneaks up on you, the only thing you have time left to think is shit.
Like they're building that same structure in their heads of being a mean person. And then every so often someone will call them out. They basically sort of know that that's what they're doing and call it out. And then it's like, oh yeah, I can't hide there either. Right. You have to actually be nice.
You know, that kind of makes me think about how actually the internet and the kind of like anonymity that we get from there is almost like an extension of an inner monologue, because it's the internet. People feel safe behind that screen and they'll say whatever they want. They'll express their inner monologue completely.
Yeah, well, you're pretty stupid, Beavis. Shut up, buddy.
Say and think that like, and it's a weird thing to have that. Maybe it's a good thing that they have the freedom to express themselves in a positive way, but it's also like brought us that like really bad place where people feel like everything they say matters. And sorry, internet, but it's just like, or that they should be heard or whatever, you know. And I've always been the person of the mindset that like, I don't want to say nothing matters. Like you don't matter. You matter to somebody. Like that's the one thing is like, we're here as a random chance in the universe and everything. And we could be gone and the nature doesn't care and the universe doesn't care that you exist. But there are people who care that you exist. And those are the ones that matter and everything. And to think that you matter completely to everyone in the world, I think is a fallacy.
I'm the only one that matters.
I almost want to see it on a whole different scale of like how much you matter to all the bacteria that live off of you or whatever. You know? Whole civilization. Oh my God, this is the most important person in the world.
Well, after you die, they're just going to eat you. You know, it's fine. Yeah.
And we actually talked about this in the interview with Nathan, that it's one reason why when people buy our content or talk to us about our content, it means so much to us because it does give meaning to what we do say. Because I'm with you. I don't like what I say, like genuinely doesn't matter. Like it's just me putting it out into the universe. And do I try to make it kind? Do I try to make it like purposeful? Yes, absolutely. But it's not that way to everybody. And so when somebody does derive meaning from something that we create, oh my God, it like brings us a whole other purpose. Yeah. And it just feels good.
Yeah. And I don't even think of it as like it gives it meaning, because I feel like it has the meaning. But what I guess what I would say is, which is maybe what you're trying to say too, is that it externalizes the value that we feel internally that it has. Mm-hmm. So it makes the outside world like match that value. Like they're valuing it the same way you value it. Like, you know, you're like, this is valuable in its own right. I put meaning into it. I put value into it. But the fact that it's valued by others brings that out into the world. Whereas I want it to be out there, but I can't do that alone. Right. That's something you need other people for, is to circulate that value. It's like a currency.
Yeah.
It's a valuation kind of currency.
Yeah. And can I add a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
And that's one of the things why, you know, doing some of this stuff and is important to us too, because as we went out and did like different conventions and talked to people and go into bookstores and try to, you know, bring our books to people, we did want a broader like audience that possibly we get to. And I hope that if you're listening to us and you find value in anything we say, that we now have a connection and that we matter to you and vice versa. Like, you know, we should all have some intrinsic value to life and to all the things that we do. But like I said, I am not expecting anything from anybody that watches our show that does any of this stuff. But I am very, very happy that there are people who care enough or will take some of our stuff and do something with it. Maybe hopefully positive. Do not start a culture war on my name, please. But there's
the streets will run red with the blood of the non-believers.
That
okay. There's no way I'll forget that again. I could write it down just to be safe, but that'll be too obvious on camera, and there's no way I'll forget again.
Bring connection to people and build something bigger. You know, that's really.
Yeah. I remember what I was going to say too.
It has something to do with this, does it?
It's like, yeah, you were just providing a filler. No,
filibustering.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to not forget what I was going to say.
Sorry.
But no, I can't believe I forgot again. Yeah, well, you're pretty stupid, Beavis. Shut up, buddy. It's not easy to remember stuff.
Let's all take a moment of inner monologue to help Oscar remember.
You're good enough. You're smart enough. And gosh darn it, people like you.
Well, I may have lost my thoughts, but that's not all my thoughts on Lost. It had to do with the Nathan episode.
Bringing purpose and meaning.
Is he talking again?
I think so. I can't tell if it's in my head or yours.
I hate when this happens.
Because Nathan was talking about like how he, at one point, how he spends like all this time, like 20 years making this one thing. And then like, it's hard to get him to sell. Like I remember, that his one thing for $20, but he'll buy a $20 caricature or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
That he makes really in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Probably not even at like 10. Like, hey, you got fat cheeks. There you go. Huh? Like, you know, exaggerations.
Yeah.
No, Nathan was cool and everything. And I love to see those perspectives because again, just from, we are all authors. So it's hard to like, get those other perspectives from other people who do different stuff like Brooke too. Like she brought a whole different avenue to what we were doing and saying. And that was really cool. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Still nothing. I'm trying to like,
it's gone.
It's gone.
I'm sorry.
Everybody
at any point you think of it, just interrupt.
All right.
Okay, just interrupt.
Yeah. No, it was something that you had said that reminded me. And then I
can't play back the tape.
And then you said something and then I went away again.
I'm sorry. I'm the jerk. I apologize.
You are a jerk.
Yeah.
Remembering things is hard.
I do like when the inner monologue is almost expressed through when you can't hear the inner monologue, but you know people are thinking something and it's expressed like you say, I have a tell. Mm-hmm. So like an eye twitch or whatever. Like when somebody's mad, you always see the twitching eye, and like obviously that's obvious. But the subtleness of the inner monologue and inner thoughts expressed through facial expressions or like you know.
Yeah, like acting acting is sort of a study of communicating inner monologue without saying it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Like there's again in Lost. There's this character that, after
Lost.
People
Lost.
and she gets this sort of weird Lost sort of
bitch.
on her face and says no. And then you find out that she was a cop and she was shot while pregnant.
Ugh.
And so so she's communicating there's something there.
Right.
But you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And other times you're like, I feel like, you have a ballpark feel of where it might be, but you don't know the details. So you can create suspense that way because it's not a specific inner monologue. You just know there's one there that you're not hearing.
I think we talked about Sherlock Holmes and Nola Holmes too. And is there any other ones you guys can think of that do it well?
Fight Club's an arguable example because is it inner monologue or inner
that's
dialogue?
Psychosis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good example.
one, yeah.
But also inner monologue as narration.
Yes.
Because he's not narrating it to anyone, but he is narrating throughout the story.
Yeah.
So is that all just a big, long, drawn out inner monologue?
Or is he telling it's a weird thing because is it a device of storytelling or is it him almost telling the viewer, breaking the fourth wall and saying that for the viewer's benefit,
Right. I mean,
hey, why don't you put down your phone and actually listen to the podcast? I can see you there, doom scrolling through Instagram. Tell you what, if you mentioned that you saw this podcast and this little fourth wall break, I'll give you something for free. How's that?
it's like, who are you talking to? Are you talking to yourself? Are you talking to an audience? If you're talking to an audience, is that specified? Is it anyone reading this record? And with Fight Club, it's sort of both, where it's it feels like narration, but it's also because of the psychosis and inner dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime he's talking to the other one,
spoilers.
That's a similar kind of deal.
Yeah.
Since you brought up Lost, I'm going to bring up The Gray because
I see how it is.
And Fifth Element.
If you bring up Lost, I get to bring up The Gray if it's relevant. And this time,
versa.
I actually that's fair. Inner monologue. So Otway is Liam Neeson's character. Throughout the movie, he's constantly flashing back to images of his wife. And so I bring this up because I think it's actually a visual representation of his inner monologue.
Sure.
And he's a character that doesn't say anything. So he talked about how inner monologue is a way that, characters we can hear their thoughts and what they would say if they had somebody to say it to. But he's also the kind of character that would really not say anything to begin with. And so I think it's I never thought of those flashback images because they're not truly flashbacks. I think they're moments of his thought going back to those memories to bring him comfort in horrible moments. And I think that's another version of an inner monologue, even though it's very much a visual version of that monologue. Because that's sometimes people think differently, right? That not everybody thinks in words. Some people think in images. Some people think in sounds. And I think
Highway to the Katie zone.
that again, I don't know of anybody that doesn't have an inner monologue. I know that some people.
There's some people,
right?
Yeah.
And so I would love to have somebody on that actually has that experience, but I think I just wanted to bring that up because it's a different.
What's the name of that kid who came up to? He didn't buy our book because he specifically did not have, could not imagine things. He has some kind of
I used to know someone who had that issue. I say used to because he died. But he said that he has, I don't know what the condition's called.
Yeah, it's aphasia or something. It's
where you just don't know how to picture things in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know there's another thing. This is a little bit off topic, but synesthesia, where sounds can have colors, or
I bet he makes all these words up just to sound smart.
like one scent. I am so smart. I know all the words. Maybe certain images will come with smells for you or something like that. Or any kind of combination like that. I know Aphex Twin, the guy, Richard James is his name, but Aphex Twin, who I said does like half of that kind of ambient horror thing that inspired the whole story for me. He has that.
Oh.
And I forget exactly which version he has.
It's like Aphantasia.
Okay.
No. Synesthesia is something different.
Yeah. He's talking about
Aphantasia. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't imagine. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
If you have aphantasia, take Secapris.
Which is, so I won't lie, I'm the kind of person where like scents, like different smells, like definitely bring up different memories. But I think that's different. I think that's
scent is linked. It's said to be the most closely linked to memory.
I don't like to be corrected, especially when I'm wrong.
Like I've noticed memory being triggered much more often by light saturation. Like the particular saturation of light that can come with, like, you know, something at one time of year might trigger something the same time of year in another year or from the past, because the sun was at the same latitude and there's the same saturation of light. Or other times when the atmosphere is really weird, like this weird kind of cloud formation or something, and it can create that. I get more memories off of stuff like that than off of scent. Okay. And I would imagine it's, you know, for people who have anosmia, like no sense of smell, memories are like that's a different thing. That's like,
well, I bet you that's
memories that way.
All tied to, like, it's like if you lose a sense or you lose a limb, like you compensate, like your body compensates or whatever.
Sure.
And I always wonder about like how like inner monologue, inner visual, inner all that stuff it's all a memory of some kind, because you know that like we speak to ourselves or we hear ourselves in our brain. It's like it's referencing, it's like referencing your catalog of like things, you know. Yeah. And I always feel like, and they say when you remember something or you access a memory, it damages it a little bit.
Listening to you gives me brain damage.
It's just us trying to like reform and recreate these memories by trying to remember them, by trying to like have a conversation. Like, don't forget that we had to pick up the kid. Don't forget you had to pick up the kid. Like, you know, and
don't forget what you were about to say.
That never happened.
Don't forget. But
I always like, there was a Ken Wilber thing he wrote. I don't know if he made it up or borrowed it, but there's this aspect of like, you know, meditative awareness is a process of remembering, and like, you know, creation is a process of fracturing. And so there's this notion that the opposite is remembering, like what was dismembered must be remembered.
Sure.
Which like, I felt like that was a clever way of conveying the concept. Just language, you know.
Yeah. Smart guy. You mentioned him a few times.
He's my favorite author.
Oh, dang.
It's nonfiction. So there's that. My favorite fiction author is Tolkien, but nonfiction.
Nerd.
Yeah. Be original.
Sorry. I'm an author who likes books.
Yeah.
I'm an author who likes music.
I'm an author who likes video games.
I like all three of those things. So
yeah, but
we didn't say we didn't like those things. This is exclusive.
You're a jack of all trades. Yeah.
I don't spell it. Yeah. Master of none for sure.
Yeah. Still better than master of one. That's the whole set. That's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be my next band name.
Master of one.
Yep.
Is it one of the one man bands where you have the drum on your back and you're?
Oh my gosh! I always wanted to do that low key, like
it's like a Halloween costume.
No, just to be able to walk around and say I can do all of these things.
I bet you could.
It's the Katie Show. White walls and brown table. In between two silly guys. It's the Katie Show.
Come on, can you put it on the ground and then pick it up? Come on.
And you're also balancing something on your head too, so it's just
ridiculous. I'm not Weird Al.
Did we ever talk to you about the Weird Al movie? Like
is it UHF?
No, not that one. The actual like biopic.
Oh, no.
Biopic, whatever you call it.
I always call it biopic, but half the people I know say biopic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I say biopic.
Biopic.
That was the same. I thought it was different.
No.
Biopic.
Biopic. Bionic kick. Biopic was his name. Oh,
That's a Weird Al song. No.
yeah, probably. No, so his biopic is a parody of biopics.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Great.
Fantastic.
Like, I don't know why we're talking about this, but it's he has some inner monologue.
Kind of like
that,
Spinal
yes.
Tap was a parody of documentary.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But one of my favorite people who does inner monologue, I think very well, is Rorschach from Watchmen. I know you didn't really like Watchmen.
I watched it once.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
He watched a Watchmen.
Watched the Watchmen, and one reason I like him so much is one, it's him also writing in his journal to document what is going on, but it's describing things and it does very eloquently and it's very noir. Like it's very like I had to get the stench out of my clothes or whatever. I forget what he says, but one of the things that I love about him is that when he eventually gets caught, spoilers, his inner monologue matches his outer monologue. And it's the greatest thing, like to me and everything, because he doesn't, so a lot of times we filter what's up in here before it comes out, like what you were saying with Beverly Crusher and everything and saying that she doesn't, she just thinks it, but we don't actually say it. Like, don't let those intrusive thoughts win because bad things are going to happen.
Yeah. Don't just say them when they'll filter or then you're just Peter Griffin.
Yeah, basically. But there's a wonderful scene where he's in the prison and then like guys are going to try to jump him and everything. And then he like just takes him out because they think he's just a little dude. And he says like, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me, whatever. And it's just such a great,
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So he's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I guess when it comes to inner monologue, the function that it plays in writing. Go with that.
And be free.
Yeah, I think there's narration, showing character development that's not going to be externalized when it wouldn't make sense for it to be externalized. Just how people think differently about things. Not every character shares everything, and if you have a character who's not just sharing everything, that doesn't mean the reader doesn't get to know. Sure. So there's a little bit of that character exposition.
Kind of think too. That's why people always jokingly say the book is better because
Rest in peace, Aragon. I'll pour out a 40 for you.
Right.
And you get more out of it.
It's so much harder to portray in movies without just literally doing the Dune voiceover kind of thing. But also just, I think it's easier to do intrigue and, like hidden motives and manipulation and all that kind of stuff. If you get to see some inner monologue, if you want to give your reader access to what's behind it, then it's easier.
Yeah.
If you want them to just be mystified until it all plays out, then, maybe don't use it or not as much. But I think also inner monologue versus inner commentary. Inner commentary, it's like a form of inner monologue, but it's observational. It's not as like self-reflective as much. It's just, someone's speaking and you've got a little comment in your head. Like, here we go again or whatever.
Sure.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
We should role play some Star Trek later.
Ooh, yeah, you can play Chris Pine, and then I'll be Zoe Saldana as Ahura.
Oh, don't ruin this. Why only a next generation?
Can we bring in Carl Urban too as Bones?
If you're not willing to dress up as Worf, we're not doing this.
Like, okay, I guess this is the sort of character I am.
This is not a real story. This isn't documentary. Like,
yeah. So it's sort of it helps you assert who a character is quicker, because if you're using inner monologue and regular dialogue and actions, all three, you get a sense of who a character is quicker than if you didn't use one of those tools.
Yeah. And I think using inner monologue or having inner monologue just makes it more intimate for the reader. Like, I think it works really well on romance and stuff like that, because when you hear how the girl, usually it's the girl, feels about the guy, whatever, it means like you understand why this man is so beautiful or why she wants to be with him or what's the attraction and what have you. And for a lot of romance too, I think it's very cerebral that way, because like you want to fall in love.
I swear,
mentally.
Her beauty could bring even the proudest man to his knees, like she was spun from the moonlight and sin itself. One look at her, and you'd swear the whole world was burning with desire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think comics do it well with the thought bubble.
Yes.
And I think we talked about there's multiple ways of doing that with comics, but the thought bubble is sort of the classic one everyone can relate to, where it's instead of like the direct, bubble that has a little pointy thing, it's like the little bubbles. It's interesting. I wonder who first thought to do it that
Probably
way.
like the peanuts.
Like universally known now, too.
Yeah. Everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say thought bubble.
Yep.
Like, well, what does that look like? We all know what it looks like. Anyone who's looked at a comic knows what it looks like.
Right. But even so, emojis brought that into more of that realm too, because
the modern
modern
texting lingo and such.
Another inner monologue too that they do in comic books is where they just have like a square where it's like a voiceover. It's not like they're thinking anything. It's just like, today was another one of those days. I got off on the 4th and 6th of Avenue or whatever. Like,
you're right. Yeah.
I think that's more a narration thing, but if it's a first person sort of thing, they're the same thing.
Right.
Sure.
It's not immediate. Like, cause a lot of times again, with visual stuff, they have, a scene that's happening and then they're like kind of working in tandem, even though they're not the same thing happening, you know?
Yeah. The narration it doesn't have to be happening in the moment.
Yeah.
But if it's a first person thing, then like thought bubble is something that happens in the moment, and then the narration part is the narration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, so first person, it's I statements either way.
Yep.
But with a third person comic, you're not going to see that. It's all going to be thought bubbles for inner monologue.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, purpose wise, like I said, hidden agendas, character exposition, even plot exposition, like observational things where like, I wonder, even just suspicion, like I wonder if this is going on, where, those scenes where even just in real life where you wonder something, but you don't wonder it enough to actually express it to anybody.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a curiosity, but you're like, oh, that would be ridiculous or something. Dismiss it. There's it's called an attention threshold. That's a term for the unconscious. Things that might remain unconscious if they don't meet a certain attention threshold. And there's the same kind of thing with a sort of like a speech threshold. Like, you notice something, you think about it, but
we've now reached the hour mark. I have reached my attention and expression threshold. Am I showing it enough on my face? Can they sense my inner monologue?
And that can be really useful for things where, you show a character regretting not saying something.
Oh, yeah.
I never told him I loved him, whatever.
Yeah. Because she really didn't love him, though. She was lying to herself.
Why'd you say she?
Because
what makes you say she? No.
Because men are more romantic than women. That's why.
But men don't say as much as women.
It's true. Yeah. It's very true.
Maybe those are related. But I think that I feel like inner monologue is used more often by either characters or writers who are more introverted. And when I say either characters or writers, you can be an extroverted writer who understands introverted characters enough to use more inner monologue for them.
Well, this is a thing though. I think that's true, but I don't think people are really extroverted or introverted in the respects of like, I feel like I'm extroverted, but I recharge differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's the difference. It's like as people
it's
are
about how you recharge. Usually.
And we as people are observers. Like we are very much, we see and we try to, whether it be for movies or whatever, and we try to recreate and manipulate and transform and try to make our own.
Oh God, where is he going with this? What does he have more tattoos than me?
I had no idea where I was going with that one. So you kind of think of something smart to say. Quick, dead air. Can't have dead air. Look it up.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah.
I did it last week.
Yeah, last episode week.
Yeah.
But no, I'm trying to like off of what you said. Oh no, it's happening to me too.
What's happening to us?
My curse has passed to another.
No, because I know that one of the examples is Stranger Than Fiction, not to bring up another example too far into this, but I think it's such a wonderful like use of narration. And honestly, you have to watch the movie if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, we won't spoil that one.
Yeah, it was briefly. I think there's a form of inner monologue that's not pegged as such, which is like dream sequences.
Oh.
Like if you think it's like an unconscious inner monologue,
right?
It's like I use them in my novels, so it's not. I'm not just talking movies and stuff, but where someone's having a dream. It's like they're trying to sort something out unconsciously, but that's a kind of inner monologue, right? It's just you're creating other objects within it. So it's more like an inner dialogue, but you wake up and you're like, oh, that was all me.
Right. Yeah. Even Tolkien uses it for Frodo, doesn't he?
Yeah.
In the beginning of Fellowship. But
yeah, he does use it some. I don't remember how much he uses it in the books, which is funny because I've read them so many times, but he does use it some. I always liked it. I never liked it as like, this is reality. Like someone's trying to reach me through my dreams.
Right.
But I like it being a sort of almost a signpost of things that you need to internalize. Like realities you're not facing, that's where you face them, or things that hadn't met again, with the unconscious term, like the attention threshold, where you're not aware of them consciously. And then you have a dream, and then that sometimes makes them become conscious.
Sure.
Where you remember the dream.
I always thought of dreams as just like a training ground of sorts, because it's one of those things where you can push yourself to the extremes in these places where you can, even though situations won't be real, they are extremes of things that you may fear, like, and you can interpret, dreams however you want to be. But I always thought that it was kind of interesting that the idea that this is my unconscious trying to feel a feeling or work through an idea or a situation. So in the real world, if something's similar, if I feel similar with that, it won't be so bad, And I always joked, like, I've had dreams where I flew before, with not like a rocket pack or wings or anything. It was just like, it just literally whoosh, I go flying. And I was like, man, if I can just get that feeling in real life, I bet I could fly.
Wish you jump off a building sometime. Oh, wait, who would do all the editing? A kid, or maybe a young teenager, where I was much fitter, and I could be running. It could be 100, like 95, 98 degrees.
Yeah,
and I'd just be running to the park, and I'd feel like I was so comfortable. Like my strides felt like they got longer, shorter. I felt like I legit felt like I'm this close to flying right now. Like it felt kind of trippy because it was like, how are my strides this long?
You're in that flow state.
That
mind,
runner's high.
Physical,
that's sort of
spiritual
the psychic side of sports. I know, like, I think Michael Jordan said that he had a night where the basket just felt 10 feet wide.
Oh,
he's just in that space.
Yeah. I do want to give one more like really good example of inner monologue or narration as a comedy thing. Is I've seen this in movies, and like
I wonder if Rio's ever played Tetris.
Win the Saturday night game. He did not win the Saturday night game. Like, in fact, he
Morgan Freeman voice.
Yeah.
He did not win.
That sounds like Obama. He did not win the game.
There was a whole worst Obama ever. It's like if Obama and William Shatner had a baby. That now I say Saturday Night Live sketch from back in the Phil Hartman days.
Oh, okay.
Where, this guy brings his date home, and the whole thing is that they say a thing, and then you hear what they're thinking.
Sure.
And Phil Hartman's like, I'd really like to jump her bones, whatever, and. And then there's the woman, she says something, and internally she's like, I'd really like him to jump my bones. And the guy's like, oh, my roommate's going to be coming home soon. He's a really nice guy. He's like, he's a jerk. And then the roommate comes home, and like everything he says, he's like, it's really nice to meet you. And internally he's like, it's really nice to meet you. And then it kind of ends with, well, I'll just be up in my bedroom masturbating. And internally it's like, I'll be up in my bedroom masturbating. But, okay, I can see why they wouldn't like their roommates.
Yeah. Hide that, please.
Yeah. Right.
I need to know that.
Yeah, that's great. No, I haven't seen that.
SNL. Man.
Sometimes they
get it right.
They do right.
They do.
Their best thing is coming up with ideas. Their worst thing is how long to keep doing
execution.
Sure.
Because there's that 5-minute sketch that's funny for 30 seconds.
Right.
Now, when they do a 5-minute sketch that's funny for 5 minutes,
that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's Key and Peele level right there.
Yeah. Key and Peele's the most consistently funny sketch comedy show. And there's a lot of sketch comedy shows. I like Kids in the Hall. Sorry, y'all are not consistent. Key and Peele.
Yeah. They're
consistent.
You should do an episode on Key and Peele.
Honestly.
Yeah. Then we can have them on the show. That'd be funny. Like, I feel like Michael Keegan.
Michael Keegan Key.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
He would be like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Like, he just wants like, nah, I'm doing it on Saturday night. Let's go to some random white kid's house. Like,
gosh. I love that.
Yeah. But wow, another hour 15 with y'all.
I still don't remember what I was gonna say, but it'll come back to me when I watch. You're
gonna remember right as we stop, and it's gonna cut and everything. Yeah. I remember. But yeah, so this has been fun. We already do we have 4 more yet that we're thinking of? I don't know. We got to do some more research.
Big list of stuff.
Yeah.
To do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you've liked any episode so far in particular that you really want us to dig in on, I know some of you have already let us know, but
or other ideas,
or any other new ideas, things that you might have thought of as a result of watching some of these episodes, just let us know, whether it's in the comments on the Discord or is the Discord available to them by now?
Yeah. It should,
or on the Discord.
It'll be there.
Yeah.
I promise.
Let us know. We'd be happy to really dig into some of these things now that we're on our 14th episode.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Give or take, because who knows the one that.
Oh, yeah.
True. Just kidding.
At least 14th episode.
At least the 14th episode.
Yeah. And by the way, we got to fix something on one of those. Like, title card says episode 8, and that bottom says episode 9.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Just as it was meant to be.
Oscar, don't point out our mistakes.
Yeah, we're professionals.
Yeah.
Professionally present.
Speaking of mistakes, why the hell, when Pippin gets the Palantir, does Mary just say Pippin like 11 times over and not do a goddamn thing?
Let's tell
the main
truth.
lie is that epissode's going to happen.
It never happens.
Yeah.
Yes, but
We've got an episode on procrastination coming next week.
You'll see it 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, well, if you have any kind of inner monologue examples that you have seen that are particularly interesting, let me know. I actually think that topic, I feel like I haven't there's more to mine there, but I can't think of maybe that's just that sense of I can't remember what I was going to say. That would have made it complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
We could have talked for another 3 hours if you remembered the one thing.
Damn it.
But we thank you.
yeah, thank you.
So we are Bards and Balladeers. I'm Oscar.
I'm Kate.
I'm Rio.
I'll catch you all later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.